A woman's most powerful center is her womb. And we've been so disconnected for so long from this center, from our power. And I think it's because when a woman is in her power, she is untamable. She is powerful and unshakable. And people fear this. People fear this power because there's this sovereignty and authority that a woman can bring when she is in that power, when she is in her whole essence and that confidence, radiance. And you know when a woman is in that, you can feel it, you can see it. And we've suppressed it for so long. We've hid it behind emotions or behind masks, and we've suppressed it with medicines or many things we've suppressed it with. But there's this reawakening of the womb, of the wisdom of the feminine, of the power that women hold. And I believe connecting to your womb and tending to your womb, learning how to connect and look after that space is where we start to learn about ourselves. For I know within my journey of connecting with my womb and the power and the health of my womb has tended to my whole life. I've been able to show up more wholly within relationships, within situations. I've been able to communicate better and understand my body better, which allowed me to show up to life more fuller. And I learned this from conversations or other women or books, and just really learning how to tap in and nurture and nourish my womb through eating, through cyclic eating. So throughout different phases of my bleed, my womb cycle, eating different things, because your body as a woman needs different foods in different times of your cycle to nourish that which is being depleted. Because us as women, we go through that 28 cycle where we have our bleed. And I like to see it how nature is within its cycles, within its seasons, where we have our 4 seasons in our nature cycle. We have it with our body. And men have it too, but they have a 24-hour cycle. And us women, we have our 28-day cycle. And our winter is when we're bleeding, when we're menstruating, and that's our time of hibernation, of really slowing down and connecting with ourselves. It's also the time when we're most connected to the spirit, to the divine. And we look back at ancestral times, it's when women would all gather in the red tent, because we sync up with one another as women. As you would know, if you're a woman, you can sync up with a sister who you're spending a lot of time with. And the women would all gather and go into the red tent, and their elders, the elder women, they would get insights of the next cycle, of the next month, and then after it, they would go and share it with the men of what's to come, of the insights that they got, because it's such a powerful time of connection to their self, to the spirit, to the earth. And they would sit and they would bleed and they would sing. And they would have those days where they just nourish one another, where they nourish themselves. They completely don't do anything. And if you look at a snake when they're shedding their skin, because when we're bleeding, we're shedding our uterus lining, so we're shedding skin. And a snake, when it's shedding its skin, it doesn't go out hunting. It doesn't go out and do all these things. It sheds its skin, it sunbakes in the sun, and it really slows down as that shedding happens so that it can go out and it can go hunt. So it's a time of really slowing down. And if we don't slow down on those, especially the first 2 days, we become fatigued for our rest of our cycle because we didn't stop, we didn't nourish, we didn't look after and tend to ourselves. So really slowing down on those days, especially the first 2 days when you are shedding that lining. And communication is such a powerful tool when you are going through your cycle. And communicating to whomever you are surrounded by that on your bleed days, especially those first 2 days, that out of a whole month, 28 days, you get 2 days where you don't have to do a thing. You don't have to do the housework, you don't have to do the things. Yes, you got to show up to work, but go gently. And structure your life around your bleed, because I promise you, that is when you feel like you're living in alignment with yourself. So when you are bleeding, slow down, look after yourself, nourish yourself, have the warm foods, the nourishing experiences. Don't go out and commit to plans that are going to drain you. And from our winter, we go into our spring, which is our follicular phase. It's where our hormones are now coming back into that peak before ovulation. And it's where we start to bloom and we create, and we've got this young, playful energy again. And it's a beautiful time to start new projects, to do the things you've been waiting for and start creating and building. It's a beautiful time to go out and socialize and share your light, because you did sit in that womb tent, that womb cave, and now you're ready to go out and bloom and share it with the world. And from follicular we go into summer, which is ovulation, which is a small little peak in our window, and that is when we feel like we are superwoman. We've got the confidence, we feel sexy, we've got all the things going on because all of our hormones are at its peak. We are feeling so good. That's the times when you want to, if you have something like a big project, share it with the world then. Go out and create in that energy. Really use it as your fuel to go out and be that light in the world. Ovulation is beautiful, and I do wish that we had more days of ovulation because, wow, it's yummy. And then from then we go down into our autumn, into our luteal phase. And from ovulation to luteal, within the day, our peak hormones go straight down. And it's insane. That's where our mood swings come from. That's where the emotions go up and down, because our hormones go down and then they go in this little wavy cycle where our body's trying to deal with that big drop of estrogen and testosterone, and there's another one, I don't know. But our bodies really get in that stress state. And that's when you really, if you can tend to yourself then, start slowing down. Autumn is a time, if you look at nature, the animals start collecting things for that hibernation. Like a bear, it will go out, it will collect all of its things in its cave, ready for hibernation. So if you can really collect all the things that you need for when you menstruate, it can really support those hormones. Having the foods that can support the hormones, the supplements, just really understanding what your body needs. And it will help that crash, it will help those mood swings, it will help that rah, because we all know as women we can go rah at that time because we can feel unseen by others around us, and that can frustrate us because we aren't communicating that. And definitely communicating where you are in your cycle can really support other people around you to understand. I know me and a beautiful sister, every time we meet up, we ask, where are you in your cycle? So we know, and we can support that sister, we can show up for that sister in a certain way, because I know if she's in ovulation, she's gonna be high on life. But if she's in luteal phase, we slow down, we tend to each other. We don't go out and do those big, vigorous activities and adventures. We go slow. And it's beautiful when you can tend to one another like that. And if you've got a partner, really expressing to them where you are, how you show up in that time, because then they, if they really are true to themselves and to you, they will show up for you in those ways, and they will respect where you are in your cycle, and they'll want to understand where you are at, because it can help the relationship to bloom in a more truthful, nurturing way. And just expressing your emotions and how you do feel. And there's a beautiful app that you can use. There's beautiful supplements you can use. There's so much information out there for us as women, and it's a powerful time for us to learn, to share, and to come together in that way, because I promise you, you'll find that empowerment, that confidence when you walk into a room, because you've tended to your cycle. You're not fatigued. You're not suppressing emotions. You're not on that roller coaster. You are empowered because you are empowering yourself. So to wrap up this beautiful conversation, which we will talk more on as I learn, as I grow, as we grow as a community, we are going to take 3 breaths to ground in, to soften, to embody, and to understand this deeper together. Breathing in if you're a woman into your womb. Feeling that softness, that power, that light there, and breathing out. Breathing into your womb, knowing that you are a divine, confident, radiant being, that when you tend to yourself, you will spark up the world with your light, with your essence, because you are in your whole sovereign truth, and nothing can shake you because you are in your center, in your power. Breathing out. Breathing in. Seeing as you are this pillar of strength and power and softness, as us women are. We carry the world on our shoulders most of the time, and to be able to slow down and tend to yourself is how you can have the capacity to hold that, to hold anything that comes your way with love and wisdom and that authority of who you are. And breathing out. So go learn about yourself, learn about your power, about your true essence that lies within. And simply breathing into your womb is a beautiful way to connect with it. And if there's pain there, embrace it, because when you can embrace the pain, you can shed it, you can understand it. Deepest love and gratitude to you, beautiful sisters and beings. I honor your time, your presence here. Thank you for showing up for yourself and for me. I really, truly honor your support and your commitment to being here. May we grow together. May we walk this path of love. And may we remember who we are in our truest, deepest core of light. Have a beautiful day. I honor you, and I'll see you next week. Namaste.